Sneaked her way in yesterday night when I was putting out the garbage. It had been a bit of a weird, somewhat creepy day. I could not quite put my finger on why, but there was something in the air. I was scheduled for the early shift, so I had to pick up my cab at 4:45 a.m. sharp. That means I have to get to my subway stop no later than 4 a.m. I live in a safe neighborhood, so walking over there that early is not a problem, even if I am a girl. I told myself that the hovering atmosphere I perceived had to be due to the weather. Probably some thunder and lightning was about to roll in. That would make sense. The sky had that deep shade of gray, and there was a strong breeze. Not aware of any of that when I had left my apartment, I had walked out without an umbrella. So when I arrived at my stop without a drop of rain falling yet, I felt very lucky. Now if only the stormy weather could hold off until I got into my cab. You have to understand I do like rain, because it's really good for business. I'm not the only one in New York City walking out in a rush without a raincoat who does not want to get wet. So I knew people would be fighting, literally, to get a cab by the time rush hour started. And that, in our Big Apple, is around 6 a.m. You may think that getting up in the middle of the night is pretty awful. But what makes up for it is that when you get on the subway at that hour, you meet all kinds of people that you would never encounter at any other time of the day. It is not just the hour that an early shift starts. It is also the time that a late shift ends. You get to meet doormen and security guards and, of course, the occasional homeless sleeping on the train, or trying to. That day, when an unexpected delay was announced over the speaker, a man who had been peacefully dozing darted up in a panic. "What's happening?" I calmed him down and asked him, "Why don't you stay at a shelter? These loud sounds must be awfully disrupting. It's quieter on the train than in the shelter," he answered. Imagine that. Quieter? On a train? Because there's no snoring? I continued our conversation after I asked him his name, which was Leo. "That's right. But what's far more important, I feel safer on a train. The city, it's really trying to improve the shelters. But I woke up once too often with all my belongings gone. On the train, people are afraid of me, so they stay at a safe distance," Leo joked. I told him that a few years ago, when I decided I wanted to drive a cab, I too had been worried about safety. But I remembered what my grandfather once told me when I was afraid of the dark. You are safe when you feel safe. We're just animals, so if someone smells fear on you, then you start to become the prey that they are looking for, he had explained. Leo started laughing. "Your grandpops was dead on. We are animals, kind of out-of-control monkeys, all of us." "And always in a rush, Leo. I must leave you. This is my stop." "Thanks for listening, cute monkey face. You made my day," Leo said, as he rolled over and went back to sleep as my day began. Point being, if you drive a cab, you need to feel safe. I calm people down instead of getting afraid of their emotions. I have learned that even the angry ones are just in need of a little tender love and care and understanding. So my mission has become to turn every negative mood around and have all my passengers get out with big smiles on their faces. When I got out of the subway, the weather had totally turned. There was a beautiful blue sky. My first customer and I had a pleasant conversation. Just as I thought, What a peaceful sunny day this turns out to be. A man jumped in and shouted, "Follow that taxi!" This can mean, I've learned from experience, either a jealous lover or someone who forgot their purse in another cab. You just have to go with the flow. Before I even hit the gas, he changed his mind. "Pull over now!" What I witnessed when I did was definitely impressive. At least another 10 cabs suddenly came to a halt as well. And 3 ambulances and a fire truck. To my surprise, none of the men who jumped out wore official outfits. Then it dawned on me. My passenger was an undercover cop. And all these other men were secret agents too. My morning's intuition had been right. Someone had been up to no good, and I witnessed her getting arrested. As for the city, there is obviously a secret service that keeps its residents safe.